I'm sitting here in my living room and I'm about to listen to this episode of Pop the Balloon or Find Love. I don't know if you guys watched this show. It's basically a show where like a bunch of contestants, one of a male or female, they are there to evaluate if the person that comes out is someone that they would see as a prospect for their like future, boyfriend, girlfriend, perhaps spouse. So all these women have a balloon, and a male will come out, and then based on the guy's aesthetic or what he talks about, or if they think that he's attractive or not, they pop the balloon if they're not with it, and if they want to give him a chance, then the guy has a chance to ask him questions, and they go from there. So let's look at the episode together, okay? Because I'm noticing a trend on both sides, on both genders, and I'm realizing that some people are picky as hell. Like I'm seeing some contestants come out, and some of them like have like really great personalities. They have really great like prospect to be like a good partner, and I really think that like people are picky as hell. Let's break it down together. All right, so this is the lineup, and then this guy comes out. So he's an aerospace engineer. He also has a side business, like doing some kind of personal training. He's also like a little gamer. And initially, like all these balloons pop. Like all these women are like, nah, and they pop him. Okay. So see, like a lot of women pop him. There's like 3 balloons left. So what this guy's looking for is someone that's kind, someone that he feels himself around, someone that he can doesn't take himself seriously. And the initial impression I get from him is that he's like a big nerd in a good way. One thing that is a deal breaker that gets him more pop balloons is that he's not looking for a woman that has children because he's at the stage where he's not ready for it yet. And the reason why is because he is still building his empire. He calls it his castle, and he wants to have it all ready and set up for his princess, and then they can build together. So that's where a woman popped a balloon. Okay. So they go through the lineup of the women and asking them like, why did you pop your balloon? And the first one, she's like, oh, like, initially I like thought you were attractive, a little nerdy, but like, it's because I have kids. Fair enough. Then they go over to the sister, and she's like, I'm not feeling his like clothing, okay? And like, as a woman, watch like seeing how he's dressed, I get it. He's not as stylish as like the modern men, because now you guys are very stylish. You guys have those jeans, the shoes, and everything like that. This guy, he screams like he just threw on like a cool shirt. Like he liked the patterns, and he's like, I like this shirt, and he put it on. Actually reminds me of my husband. But here's the thing. Most of them say that. They say I don't like the like I don't like your clothes. But we all know as women that eventually we dress our men. We know we're gonna buy him shirts and everything like that. The guy has a great blueprint. He has a great job. He has a great like hustle. Like he's doing like personal training and everything like that. He seems like such a cool guy. Why would we disqualify him off just those looks? Like he's not an ugly guy at all. He's actually very attractive. He has nice chocolate skin. He presents well. He has good posture. He's super witty. And like, if you hear him talking, I want you to watch the video so you can understand what I'm talking about. But he's so like personable, and he's the kind of person that you bring to like a family event, and then he'll hang out with your brothers. That's the kind of guy he is. That's what it seems like. He seems like you come home from work and he actually wants to hear about your day. He'd be like, break it down for me. He seems like that kind of guy. He seems like the kind of guy that on road trips, you guys are going to talk the whole way. So I'm a little confused about why you're going to disqualify him on just his clothing. So this one, she says like that she has like a alpha female energy, and she feels like she probably would dominate him. And I could tell this guy's like very docile, but I don't think he's like beta. I don't think he's like a guy that's going to be like, I don't want to say it, a little bitch. Sorry for my language, okay? I don't think he's a little bitch. I think he's literally just this cool guy that like doesn't take himself seriously, and I think that like those two energies wouldn't be a match. But I'm really confused as to why they wouldn't give this guy a chance. He seems like super cool. So I think we should reevaluate like the whole aesthetic thing, like disqualifying a guy for his aesthetic, because like I said, we're gonna change his wardrobe anyways. That's what I did with my husband. When I met him, he was wearing like very baggy shirts. Sorry, my alarm's going on. Baggy shirts. He's wearing like whatever pants, and I dressed the hell out of him. Now he looks like a little Ken doll because of me. So let's not skip the good guys, okay? So unfortunately, he walks out of there with no woman, and it's unfortunate because I really feel like this guy would be a great father. He'd be the kind of guy that would play with the kids. Like, he's that guy. He just needs perhaps a woman's touch, someone that's going to show him some fits that might be more flattering for his body type. He works out, right? He has a very good frame, good posture, and I'm sure that, you could have definitely thrown in some suggestions on things that look attractive on him. And the way you would bring it up and say, "Oh, this looks so nice on you," and then he'll wear it for you. So we slept on this one, and that's unfortunate. The next guy comes out. His name is Jarvis Williams. He's a Marine vet, and he's also a Christian recording artist. He talks about his hobbies. He's into water sports. He's really into his music. He's really into God. What he's looking for in a woman is someone that's kind, that has like desire to learn about like faith, although not religious. At least someone that's like seeking God, someone God fearing. Initially, the women have their balloons unpopped. Okay, I could tell they are attracted to him. He's very he has a really good posture. His confidence. He just like looks very solid. Okay, but as he continues talking, when she's asking him questions about himself, you could tell that he has this like strength to him. And I am Christian. Okay, I'm Christian, and I recognize the strength. The strength he has is the confidence that he's like on the straight and narrow path. So he's not one of those guys that's messing around. Like, he knows what he wants. And I truly think that the reasons why the balloons start popping is because the women know they're not on that path. Because what he talks about is someone that's like I said, God fearing and has all these different qualities. And like they're saying, oh, I'm not attracted to the grills, I'm not attracted to the earrings. Which I get it, but he's on the path. I truly think maybe as time goes by, he may like remove them, because usually when people wear grills and everything, I'm kind of guessing this, it's kind of like a hood street thing. He said he's from a certain place in the States that they all wear that, but you know what? God might tell him to remove them because it looks a little like harsh, So that's something that's very temporary. But his character is solid. Like, just to give you an example, at one point, the host points out how the two girls are sister, and he misunderstands the question, and he thinks that she's asking him if he would like approach both of them at once, something like that. And he immediately tells her, "No, I'm a man of God. I wouldn't do that." Kind of like, I think he misunderstood it as if like, would you go for two women at the same time? But he shuts it down. He's like, no, I wouldn't. But it was like the wrong thing he heard. So you could see his morals are all there. For herself, she says that she's not into water sports and she's scared of water. And he's like, I don't swim either. So I was just kind of like the water. But like, just know that in a relationship, your man's gonna have some hobbies that you're not gonna be into. Look at my husband's hobbies. He's into freaking Transformers. I don't like that stuff. It's boring as hell. Whenever he puts his Transformer movies on, I literally fall asleep. But I do it because he watches my dumb movies. So it's kind of a give and take. So like, I think that like, given this like how solid he is, like his career, his moral compass, that's kind of like you're kind of sleeping on this guy, okay? And I understand though. I understand people have phobias or they don't want to be near the water or whatever, especially if the guy's gonna drag you into activities that you're not gonna be into. But like, that guy's solid, okay? The girls continue talking about him. They're not into his aesthetic. They're not into like his looks. She says that she's into guys who are taller. The height thing, I don't know, guys. I don't know about the height thing. I get it where it's a preference where you want someone taller, but this woman's wearing heels and he's 5'10". Like, that's a pretty good height for a man. So like, the 6 foot and above preference, I think it's definitely keeping you away from some good options, which I believe that he could have been a really great option. Like, he's a person that proclaims that he wants a family, he wants a wife, he wants someone to marry. He's making it clear that he's not playing around. Like this one, she says that she sees him more like a friend thing, and he's like, I'm not looking for friends. That's a guy that knows what he wants. He's looking for his woman, okay? So imagine you date this guy, he's into you. You're not gonna be waiting 7 years for a ring. He's gonna be like purposeful in his dating. So like, I don't know. I really think that this guy, when he finds the right woman, she will be a lucky one. Not to knock people's choices. I just think that the reasons why they gave to skip on this guy, I think that wasn't good enough. And not just that, his story is that he went through a lot, And he like was out there in the streets partying, all these different things, and God got him out of there, that lifestyle. That means that he's like done with all the playing around. He's at the stage where he's ready to settle down, like he's ready to be serious. So this is a guy that's ideal for like a woman that's like over 30 that want to settle down. He's only 28, I think, or 27, but I feel like if you're a woman that like wants to get married, have those children or anything like that, he would have been that guy. He would have been that guy. The thing is that with this kind of guy, I think that you have to have like your head on straight. Like, sometimes as women we have that path where we're still figuring ourselves out. We're still kind of driven by our egos. We like the attention and like that. I've been there too. And there came a point in my life where I had to put that like want for attention away and be like serious with my life. Like I had to turn down guys who I knew was not good for me. I had to really buckle down with my ambitions and my goals, and I wasn't just trying to go out and party, chill. So I think he's at the stage where he's not playing around, and I think some of these women, they may see that like, oh, I don't have that yet. So I'm not saying that's like that's the reason really. I just sense that might be part of the reason why he wasn't their type. I feel like he's the kind of guy that like if you come home and you're having a bad mood, he'll like want to pray with you, which is ideal. Or if you guys get into an argument, he'd actually use like his reasoning to like talk you down from being angry. Which is sometimes what we need as women. We need someone to kind of just like reason with us when we're very emotional. So I feel like he's that kind of guy. So that's my thoughts about him. I might be wrong, but yeah. All right. So the next person that comes out is Jesse. So Jesse's a 26-year-old. I don't know. It was kind of a mouthful, but like some kind of electrical engineer for like a train, something like that. He also went to culinary school, so he knows how to cook. And his hobbies is that he likes to read, he likes to go hiking, and it just seems like he's a person that's like very quiet type thing. And immediately a lot of balloons pop. Okay, so as he continues talking, he's talking about what he's looking for. He's looking for a woman that's gonna be his best friend, that's gonna be like also a lover to him, and someone that has like good hygiene, I guess. And as you see, the balloons are popping, right? So then they go over to the women and ask questions. So the women say like, "Oh, I'm not attracted to you. Like you're like the attraction's not there." And I find a lot of the men that have come on this show, they have been very like defensive about some of the comments that women make, because some women can be very mean when they like dissect why they don't like the guy. But I find, despite some of the comments that they say, he takes the criticism pretty smoothly. Like he has like a nice smile. He's just like very like, you can tell he's very soft. At one point they even talked to this one woman, and she has her balloon unpopped, right? And as she's listing off like some things from a question he asks, she pops the balloon after looking at his face. She has a problem with his beard. But women, like I said, whenever you meet a man and you don't like some of the things that he's wearing or how he styles his hair or his beard, I'm not saying you're gonna change him. If you just tell a guy, "I love the color red on you so much. I love when your hair is a certain way," they're gonna change it for you. They want to make you happy. They want you to be attracted to them. Unless he's someone that's like very attached to a style of his. I find most men are very receptive to like doing what their woman wants. So like the beard is very small details on what could potentially be a great guy. Like, tell you what the kind of guy I'm sensing from him. He seems like this man is like on the quiet side. He reads, so he seems like he's pensive. He probably has a good vocabulary from reading and from being like a engineer of some sort. I forgot what it was. Pretty much of a mouthful, but this guy, I feel like he's giving me like large family energy. I feel like he was like the middle child and he was very quiet, and I feel like he's a person that's very observant. I feel like he's the kind of person that like you get home and he like would just be quietly reading a book, like just low issues. Like he would not give you any issues. Like this is all just me gauging it based on his body language and how he talks and how he responds to the women that like literally roast him. But he just seems like just a stand-up guy, works out. Probably he's the kind of person that you wouldn't have to worry about him, because like his late nights would be at the gym. I've seen guys like that. When I go to the gym like late at night, there's some guys there that's been there for like 2 hours and it's 11 o'clock at night. He seems like that kind of guy, that he just be at the gym like texting you, good night, I'm coming home in like 20 minutes, I'm just finishing up my set. He seems like that kind of guy. And finally, we have DeAndre. So DeAndre is a 27-year-old Marine. So DeAndre is into music, he's into nature, he's into watching movies and TV, and he's looking for a woman that's compassionate, understanding, very like doesn't have much criteria for women. And immediately a lot of balloons pop. Like women are not really into him. So the first woman says that the reason why she's not into him is because of like she's just not attracted to him. And then she also says that she's not really like attracted to him. He gives more of a friend vibe. And then she also says the same thing that he could be her best friend. And she says that he's not he's not like tall enough. He's 5'6". And like I said, I understand the height thing. If you're a woman that's a little taller and you want a man that's someone that's like taller than you, I could see where you pop your balloon. But she's wearing heels. He probably's taller than you without the heels, and that's her preference. I understand that's a big thing for women. They want to feel small, protected. But like, if we just analyze DeAndre, this guy seems like chill as hell. This guy seems like he would let you talk the hell out of his ears and not be bothered. He seems like in an argument he'd make you happy, say sorry babe, and then let you have the win. He just seems super loyal. He seems like he'd be the kind of person that would watch your girly shows. Like your shows, the reality shows, the Love is Blind and everything like that. He seems like the kind of person that's gonna be there for the ride, okay? So I know that the criteria of physical, I know that the physical traits are important. You want to be attracted to who you're talking to and everything. But like, the guy's a Marine. He has a great job. He has a stand-up posture. He's like taking care of business, and like his attitude's super chill. Like some of the women are going on about his height, and he's just like, oh yeah, you're right. Me too. Like he's not even bothered. So I just feel like this could be someone's like loyal boyfriend, someone's loyal husband. He's just super just chill. DeAndre seems like the kind of guy that would just let you live, like let you do your thing, let you wear whatever the hell you want, makeup wise. Some men have preferences for makeup and lashes and everything. He seems like he'd just be like, you look good, honey. He just seems like he would be so laid back, which is what a lot of us women need these days, So I feel like, we definitely slept on DeAndre. So don't worry, he'll find somebody. So out of the lineup, I think only one woman matched with a guy, and all these other women, they're still in the search for love. So what can we learn from this? It's good to have a list of criteria. It's good to go by initial attraction, but just know that in the grand scheme of life, the partner that you're gonna have, you want them to have more than just like a good fit. You want them to have more than just like a good aesthetic. You want them to have the basics. Someone that you could tell would have good ambition to support you. Someone that would have a good personality. Someone that's gonna be like a good role model for your children. Those are things that you really want to look at. So I'm not knocking any of these women for popping their balloon, because they have a right to have a choice. They have a right to have their preferences. But like I said, some of them were very stand up. They seemed like they were great guys, great potentials of a person to get to know. And I find it's unfortunate that like we got to go by the shallowness, So yeah. Anyways, hope everyone's doing good, and I'll talk to you guys later.